and their families. So with that, there's a list that we have that is offered within our department. And for those of you who may not know, we are housed at our district office. We're in first floor all the way to the back. Many times folks come to the district and they go straight up to the second floor, but if you're ever in our neck of the woods, feel free to come through and see our space. We have a couple pictures up here for you. So I like to brag about our classroom space all the time because when you walk into our classroom, it's all hands-on training, right? So of course we have the U-shape tables, desks, that students get the lecture component, but it's completely hands-on training. And so in this space, we offer basic construction, solar. Oh, we have a question actually. Paul?
Yeah, just wondering, can you share the screen? We can't see.
Oh, you can't see it? Oh, well, thanks. Hold on. We're gonna do a new share real quick. This one?
Yeah, we can do our screen. That's our screen.
Okay, can you see now?
No.
Okay, let's try another sharing option.
That's weird because I see it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's
You-
sounds on my end again. I'm sorry.
I've seen it.
Okay, so Paul, we will email this to you, just in case you want to use it as a reference. So I'll try to keep in mind that you can't see it, okay? So, going back to the list of programs that we run, basic construction, solar installation, basic electrical concepts and safety for non-electricians.
We call it Bexney.
Bexney. And really that was because we partner with our local IBEW or electricians union. And so we are mindful of the training that's offered there and creating a pathway too. Also electric vehicle charger installation, hydrogen fueling safety, microgrid safety, utility line clearance, and arborist, which is a really cool one, by the way. If you enjoy getting out, getting into the trees, you know, getting out in the environment, it's a great program.
Fun fact, we trim the trees.
Fun fact, guess who trimmed the trees on campus? Our arborists in our program. One happened to have been my husband. He was hanging out on that tree right out the window. But we are.
It's a scary tree.
It's a scary tree, and I walked past him and I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
But we brought our students out, and so we've partnered with Bakersfield College to be able to clear up some of those trees that were dying, right? And as we know, Bakersfield College is a globally recognized arboretum. So we are delighted and excited that we've been able to participate in that. And then our vegetation management pre-inspector, which kind of goes along the lines of that arborist programming, but those that are going out to identify trees that need to be replaced, right, or damaged in advance to the arborist coming out. So all clean energy, all applied studies and workforce training. And the beautiful thing is that it's free to the individuals that go through our programming because we work very diligently to seek out grant opportunities to pay those costs, right? So we pay for the instruction, we pay for the materials. We also are working very closely with the California Community College Foundation to be able to provide paid work experience and to provide stipends. So completion stipends. So we realize sometimes that students are just struggling to even find a job, and spending the time in this program takes away from that job search. And so we want to offset some of those costs for them while they're in training. Additional supportive services while they're in training include transportation support. So we now provide a student ID as a district to individuals going through our programming so they can get on that bus, get to class. We also provide wraparound supportive services such as job development and career development. So as they're navigating through our programming, they're getting one-on-one job development support, needs assessment. So meaning if they have any barriers to employment, we're trying to identify employers that are willing to hire through those barriers, and or we're trying to develop the individual to be successful and gain employment. Mock interviews. We also have work etiquette workshops, personal finance. So when they complete our programming, they have all the tools in the toolbox to be employable and be successful, right? We also, again, work very closely with our colleges to be able to kind of hand over a warm handoff if they decide or indicate that they want to continue their education. So for example, in our program, our electric vehicle and solar, they have an opportunity to go through pre-apprenticeship with IBW. So we tag team with Bakersfield College Apprenticeship to be able to have them continue on into that apprenticeship opportunity. Same thing with adult education or other departments on campuses to be able to continue that pathway. So that in a nutshell, we are also really excited that we're partnered with Bakersfield College Nexus to be able to bring pantry services to the district. So that will be for our current students within 21st Century. Our goal eventually, bless you, is to be able to offer pantry services to any students that are attending classes at the district office. So that includes public safety, that includes our nursing program, and other, basic computers. We have some computer classes that are happening at the district, and we realize that students have some barriers or needs that we want to be getting met while they're on campus there at the district with us. So with that, I'm gonna hand it over to Samantha, who gets to take on a bulk of this. So I'm here to support her in any way.
And these are some more pictures of our lab space too. I know Indy described the lab a lot, and one thing that we like to offer to faculty is that you could use the lab space. We have a lot of really cool equipment, some new equipment we're purchasing for our industrial training and assessment center that you may want to use. And we'd love to have that partnership with you.
Wow, power tools in that room, I bet it gets loud.
Yeah.
It's
Got
fun
power
though.
tools,
Yeah.
hand
I mean,
tools.
we go in there and check it out all the time, and there's always something really cool going on,
Yeah,
so.
neat.
And for students, again, we have some student worker opportunities. We have some career exploration. The classes are very hands-on, like very ready to go into industry for a job. So if they're interested, they can, along with their VC classes, even sign up for a class.
Yep.
Cool. So now we're going to go into our Central California Industrial Training and Assessment Center. It's a mouthful.
That is.
So just some background information. This is a new program for us. This program has been around for a very long time, though. It's sponsored through the Department of Energy. And traditionally, it's been ran through four-year universities. And the goal of it really is to train students and faculty to go out and complete energy efficiency assessments for small and medium-sized manufacturers. For students, they're getting some career exploration as well. And it's kind of introducing them to different career paths. We just had one cohort go through training, and several students were here from Bakersfield College. A lot of them were Paul students, they're industrial automation students. So it was really cool to see how they're connecting things they've learned in class with things that we're doing in the assessments, equipment that they're using, measurements they're taking. This is a map of the area that we will be servicing. So we are going to be working with 23 community colleges in Central California. So far, we've engaged just 3 because we've only had one cohort. We've done Bakersfield College, College of the Canyons, and San Joaquin Delta, which is up near Stockton. And the same map in blue here shows you Justice 40 communities. So a lot of our grants actually really want to focus on engaging people in disadvantaged communities. So that is one goal of this project as well, is to make sure that we are engaging these disadvantaged communities, which Dick's always like, luckily, a lot of our Central California is a Justice 40 community.
Yeah.
So overall goals, again, we are wanting to engage 23 different community colleges in Central California. We're looking for students and faculty to participate in this program. Some of the majors that we're targeting is engineering, industrial automation, HVAC, business administration, architecture, and construction. In our last cohort, we had architecture and industrial automation students mainly. I think for the industrial automation students, the program clicked a lot. For the architecture students, it was a little bit different for them. They were looking at things through the perspective of like design of the building and what could have been done beforehand and adjustments that could be made now. So that's kind of the nice part, is having this really diverse group to go out for assessments together. They all bring a different lens to the assessment, and they all will have different parts of the workload. These are some of our partners. So our biggest partner is UC Irvine. UC Irvine has an existing, we call it an ITAC. They've been around for many years, and so they already have been doing assessments. They have students who have been doing this for multiple semesters. So they are our trainer currently. So our last group went through 9 weeks of training. Every Friday, we did 2 hours on Zoom with a trainer from UC Irvine. And then at the very end of that, we took a 1-day trip with our students to UC Irvine and did a hands-on mock assessment. They got to handle all the equipment that they'll be using. We did a couple of measurements on their facilities there. And then we did a tour of their power plant just for fun. We also are working with Central Valley Motherlode, South Central Coast Regional Consortium. That's to help us get the word out to other community colleges that we want to engage. And we're working with some manufacturing organizations. We have the South Valley Manufacturing Alliance and the Manufacturing Alliance of Kern. So they're going to help connect us with manufacturers. So once our students are trained, we have some manufacturers that know about us and want us to come out and do assessments.
Hey, Sam?
Uh-huh.
I see, can you go back a slide?
Yeah.
I see the logos for College of the Canyons and San Joaquin, but I don't see the Bakersfield College logo on your slide.
Oh, we don't have BC. BC is one of the colleges that we're working with. College of the Canyons is on there specifically because they're actually helping with outreach to other colleges in their area. So they're doing marketing for us.
But we may want to consider having BC as logos on there as well.
Yeah,
Yep.
maybe you could consider adding BC on there.
Yep,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Thanks.
And these are the overall goals. So our grant is currently for the next 3 years. So within the next 3 years, our plan is to train at least 14 faculty and union members, at least 120 students, and complete 48 of these energy efficiency assessments. And so far, we've actually trained quite a bit of faculty. I think
Great.
we started with a really large group of students in the beginning, and it kind of dwindled a little bit as they realized what they're getting into. So we've got at least 11 students completed now. Paul's given us some great feedback on how we can make it more engaging for our students to make sure that we retain them for the full cohort going forward. And we haven't done any assessments yet, but right now we are doing outreach to manufacturers, letting them know that we're ready to go, and hopefully start our assessments in February. So what's in it for faculty? So if you're interested in joining our ITAC and becoming a faculty member that will get trained to lead these assessments for students, we do have a stipend available for faculty who go through that training. It's $1,400 once training is completed, and then $500 for each assessment that the faculty would be leading. Our faculty would go through that 18 hours of virtual training. We do that on Fridays on Zoom for 2 hours, and then 1-day trip to UC Irvine. The nice thing for students also with that trip is that we cover the cost for hotel and travel and meals. So it was pretty fun, I think. We just got back this weekend. Yeah. And we will want our faculty to incorporate this assessment somehow into their course. I know, I think Paul, we had discussed, he could be using this for like his senior capstone project.
Yeah.
Or you could use it as just a module in your course. And then, of course, our faculty will be leading those assessments. For students, if you have any students that are interested in this, or you think that this would be really great experience for them, they will get the training for free, but they also will get a stipend or scholarship, we're calling it, at the end of training. So they earn a $250 training scholarship upon completion. And then each assessment that they go out on at a manufacturing site, they'll get $200 as a scholarship for that assessment.
That's awesome.
And students can do multiple assessments. We are even looking to next year maybe have some student workers that help lead these assessments and help as kind of a lead student for new students coming on. So that could be just a normal income for them, and also really great work experience, I think, for your
Yeah,
resume.
absolutely.
I mean, these students have, they've gone out, they've done assessment, they're going to be doing report writing, they'll be presenting this to manufacturing, a director of a manufacturing site. So they're like,
Wow.
for a student going into a job interview, even down the road, there's so much great experience they'll be able to talk through as examples in those interviews. And it helps them kind of get some career exploration, see if they're interested in doing this for a career. And we're also are hoping that some of these recommendations that we make to manufacturers, so we go out to manufacturing site, we're going to see if there's anything that they can do to be more efficient with their energy usage. A lot of the more common recommendations are to change out lighting, maybe things with insulation, upgrading equipment, of course, installing solar. And any of the recommendations we make, the Department of Energy will give the manufacturer up to $300,000 to implement each recommendation, which is great incentive. We're hoping that the manufacturers may also make this an internship opportunity for our students. And maybe our students could go out and be able to help with these implementations. So that's one more aspect for the students that we're hoping to include in this experience.
And I think Paul might have a question.
Oh, sorry, I'm not great at monitoring the chat. Questions? Oh, you can hear, okay.
I, for the upcoming assessment, Sam, I'd really like to kind of strike while everything's fresh in the students' minds.
Mhm.
So maybe we can line up excuse me. It'd be nice to line up kind of a low-hanging fruit, easy place, somewhere where we are pretty confident that we can come up with some good recommendations and
Mhm.
maybe do almost like a practice one.
Yep, that's the plan, and I can't remember who it was, but I know we've already had one manufacturer that was waiting for us to finish training. So we should be able to schedule that pretty soon. And then we've gone out and have a meeting with the Manufacturing Alliance of Kern, and I met a couple of small manufacturing sites around town that were interested, so we just need to get back in contact with them and get it on the calendar. This is our
Okay.
schedule. Oh, good, okay. This is our schedule for our next cohort. So we do want to offer this, hoping to offer this each semester to kind of go along with the semester system. So we have a spring cohort that we'd like to start in February. And again, we'll have Friday Zoom sessions for students and faculty. It'll be from 1 to 3 o'clock every Friday from February 7th to April 11th. Then we'll take a break for spring break. And then after spring break, we'll take that one-day trip to UC Irvine. We have information sessions the next 3 Fridays. So if you're interested, I will send out anyone who registered for this, I will send you a flyer with information on how to join that Zoom. And it kind of goes over the kind of similar information on how to get started. And I have student information sessions. So if you would like to share that out with your students, they can get on and see what's the program all about. And if they'd like to get started with the spring cohort. Any questions? I'm sorry, my question mark did not line up. And it presented.
So realizing it's a lot of information, we really wanted to take the time to raise awareness, not only to the department and the programming that we offer at the district, but what's going on within the world of ITAC, because it really aligns with the mission across our district and their colleges, right? Is that we're trying to create pathways either through employment opportunity, employer engagement, industry engagement, for our students to have some real world training and application. So we thank you for the time. We can obviously get the PowerPoint out to anybody on there. Also do want to remind everybody that our classes are starting up every single month this semester. And so if you'd like a copy of that schedule, I'm happy to send it out to anybody. And Samantha, if you have any other information that you'd like to send out or somebody wants, we'll happy to get that to you.
Yeah, and I'd love to know, Sarah or John that's on the call, did you have any questions, or did you join to learn a little bit about overall what do we do? Or were you interested in the ITAC and would like some more information about that?
I think it's great. I wish I could get involved with it and you know, go after, you know, doing assessments for you guys and stuff, but I'm so buried in trying to expand my program. And another thing I'm working or trying to work towards is getting HVAC incorporated with the industrial automation, because HVAC is becoming more and more highly advanced in the technology. We're talking about, you know, variable refrigerant flow systems and variable airflow systems now being incorporated into residential air conditioning. It's not just the big stuff, it's now coming to our homes. And so, yeah, I'm working real hard on a lot of other things and creating new classes. So I'm just really bogged down.
Yeah, That's okay. Well, for the ITAC specifically, we'll be doing this for the next 3 years at least. So if you're interested, but it's not quite the right time, we will be doing this every semester for the next 3 years. So whenever you're ready, we're here.
And-
Also, I just wanted to request that you do send me a copy of your presentation as well, so I could at least share this with the students, because some of the items in there do align with, you know, HVAC and the HVAC industry as a whole. So thank you.
No problem. I'll send you our student flyer also, which has a little link for them to sign up for a Zoom info session. And for the students, I think it was really fun.
It looked like it.
Yeah, they got to go out to a UC and see a beautiful campus, and
sure.
started thinking about four-year universities and just that lifestyle. They got to talk with UC Irvine students, and I thought it was just really cool for them.
Yeah, and John, let us know how we can support you in any, development of your program. Sometimes we are out on the front lines having conversations with our employer partners. And if there's an opportunity to engage and bring some folks into the conversation to support your work, we're happy to do that as well. And vice versa, creating those pathways is our number one goal.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, hey, John, one thing we want to do is really talk this up to our students and get them interested in jumping in the next cohort.
Yes.
It starts in February, is that right, Sarah?
Yeah, February 7th. So this Friday and then the next 2 Fridays, I'll have some Zoom information sessions for students where I'll go through what's the program, what's in it for them, and what's the time requirement for them. And then if they're interested from there, I'll get them registered for the cohort. So I have a flyer specifically for that information session that I'll email out to you all today. I appreciate you sharing it.
Hey, Sarah, the other thing is that I'd like some more information on what student work opportunities you might have, because our students, they gotta eat, they're always interested in that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sounds great. Oh, well, thank you so much. And if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to us. We have our emails here. Indy, I didn't put her on there. This is my ITAC slide.
That's okay.
But Indy is Indy.
You know how to find me.
KCCB, yeah.
Yeah, we're happy to answer any questions. We appreciate the blast out of this opportunity, and thank you for the time to be able to present it to you.
Hope you all have a great day.
Thank yous in the chat.
Okay,
Oh,
perfect.
Awesome.
Like, how do I leave the call? I can
Stop
the
share.
There we go.
Right.